This is the moment it ended. 80 minutes, 6 weeks, 24 years.
Amazing. I don't know what to say. Woo. Took so long to get it and so hard to get, and we got it.
It was such a good, tough game.
Oh, it was going to be. Just came to down here. Took it to the heart. Boys just wanted it more.
Watch them here. There's hardly any words. The odd phrase, but it's mostly hugging. Such an intensely physical game, perhaps the best response is physical too. The captain is elated and exhausted. He walks quietly to the side to breathe in, take it in, a few seconds alone. Beyond him, Brad Thorne is truly alone, reflecting, praying, taking it all in. His last test as an All Black, what is he thinking?
Oh, I just can't believe it. I cannot believe it. I'm in shock. We're world champions. I'm so proud of this group. I'm personally so blessed. I thank the Lord Jesus Christ. And I've so much respect for the French. They gave it their all. And I'm so happy for the people in New Zealand. So yeah. That's all I've got, mate. And all those kids at home, all the teenagers, mums and dads, old people, I'm just really happy for them.
The French team walks the perimeter slowly. They were so good. And it was so close, and they seemed both broken-hearted and proud all at once. Dimitri Zazuski walks with his children. What an exciting night for them. Their fans are full of such mixed emotions.
We should have won, John. We should have won. But okay, fair enough for you. Important for your country, and I'm very pleased for your country.
Where are you from? Where did you come from?
Paris. From Paris. And the Pays Basque, Biarritz. Congratulations. It's very difficult. Very difficult.
Listen to the noise. I cannot describe how loud it is. Listen. The game has been over for half an hour. Not a person has gone. Not a person has left the stadium. They are still here. They are still standing. And they are still cheering. Everything is completely mad. Music, paper snow, the roaring crowd, and the men at the centre of it all. Jubilant, despondent, overwhelmed by everything that's happened. Stephen Donald, you kicked the winning penalty in the Rugby World Cup final and we won by a point.
Yeah, at the time I didn't think it was going to be worth that much, but yeah, bloody good.
Bloody good. That's one of the great understatements.
Yeah, it hasn't really sunk it in. It's just, mate, the place is crazy. It's just sort of seems like a bit of a dream at the moment, but yeah, once I guess a couple of weeks' time and we sober up and we watch the tape, it'll mean a fair bit.
Is your heart racing? Are you really amped?
Oh, yeah, I'm pretty wired. Yeah, it's an unbelievable feeling. As I say, Mark, from where I've come from the last few weeks, it's sort of disbelief, really.
Are you proud of yourselves?
Yeah, no, we've worked really hard for this, and today was everything we expected it was going to be. It was hard, it was physical, and 7-8, tough. It was really tough.
Real finals footy, you know, and we knew it would be. We knew it would be tough, and so proud of the way the boys did up. It was great.
It wasn't pretty, but what they showed what was under the left tit and under the silver fur, and they showed what it meant to be an All Black and be a Kiwi. And you know, it doesn't matter how many points by. At the end of the day, we got there, and I think all of New Zealand should be proud of all those men.
You were a little boy in 1987. Do you remember it?
Yeah, vaguely. That's probably the first time I remember watching the All Blacks, and Mum reckons I watched the haka and went out and did it myself.
And then right in front of us, the same haka, 24 years on, from the team to the crowd.
Young man.
Great!
Was that very exciting?
Yeah.
He'll remember it forever, that boy, the night he was there when we won. Other kids will only know when their All Black dad reminds them.
Hello.
Hello.
Who's this, Piri?
This is my eldest daughter, Kira.
Does she know what's going on?
No, I don't think she's got a clue at this stage, but I'll make sure she knows what's going on later in her life.
It's late now for little girls and the crowd who are starting to drift off to parties elsewhere. The Rugby World Cup, or the official one anyway, has come to an end.
It's just gone midnight. The party is over. Everyone has gone home except for the security guards playing rugby, of course, behind me here. What a night it's been. It is only a sport. World peace won't be achieved, unemployment won't be solved, people won't suddenly be cured of terrible illnesses, but it's our sport. It's our national sport. And tonight we can truly say we are the best in the world at it. But even more than that, we had the world here to play our national sport in our country. And it's been a great few weeks. And I know it is just a game, but what a game it's been. What a game it's been. On the field last night, that piece was edited by Kath Hallinan and shot by Chris Jones and Harley Peters and our colleagues at Sky TV. We've been here before, of course, once, 1987. A short time ago, I spoke with the 87 captain, David Kirk, about watching that game last night.
I was just on the edge of my seat through all that second half when we had very little ball and the French were camped for long periods in our half. And we just had to tackle and not give away penalties. And just hang in there. I was just thinking, oh God, couldn't you guys make this easier for us? This was tough. It was a very tough second half.
The French played magnificently, didn't they? I don't think we can overstate how good they were in the last 40 in particular.
Oh, I couldn't agree more. In fact, for most of the match, they played really well. And what people underestimated, and I did say this a few times to people, is that the French have got an excellent set pieces, and their line-out last night was magnificent. Their scrum was great, and they got the hardest working back row, 3 loose forwards compared to us. There's us and them. They're the 2 best back rows. And that's exactly what we saw, and they had good kicking halves. So if they played the way they can play, they were always going to be a very tough kettle of fish.
Every time we've talked about New Zealand winning the World Cup, every time, almost without exception, we used the shot of you holding it up. And I wonder, for 24 years, you've seen yourself, every time there's been a story about the World Cup, holding it up. What is it like to watch yourself and think back about that day?
Well, that is the point, really. When you see yourself, you don't think about it. You get on with your life, and between World Cups, you don't think about it much. But when the World Cups come around, because we haven't won one since until yesterday, it was always me that they put up there. So that does transport you back. And it used to take me back, particularly to the final and to those moments. And it's very vivid, my memories of the final day, the final match, and actually receiving the cup.
And the memories of standing there with it. When you talk about vivid, what's in your head? What do you recall?
Well, I remember the day, the weather actually, and sort of very, very kind of sensual things about the grass, and it was wet, and I remember the various flashes of tackles and things like that happened. Michael Jones's try in the first half, then my try in the second half, and then JK's try. And you remember the high points, I guess, is the main thing, and of course the final whistle and collecting the cup.
And then you were 26 years old, on top of the rugby world, the captain of the Rugby World Cup winning team. And what did you do? You buggered off to do a Rhodes Scholarship in England. And you walked away, didn't you, at the very top of the game?
Yeah, I did, and it wasn't an easy decision. Or in a way, I was clear about the decision, though, but I realised I was giving up a lot, and I wish I hadn't have had to give it up. But you can't have everything in life, and in those days, in particular, where it was an amateur game, you had to make choices and move on with your career, and I had a Rhodes Scholarship. I deferred it for 2 years. It wasn't going to be deferred another year. It was an exciting opportunity, so I didn't have a regret doing it. I was looking forward to it. But I would have loved to have my cake and eat it. I would have loved to stay with that All Black team for a couple more years as well.
These fellas, as highly paid professionals, are better able to have their cake and eat it. Do you think they will stay, or do you think we will see some of them starting to drift away now?
Well, I think it's a real challenge for these guys to build a career as they're playing professional rugby. So it's no different. The challenge is still difficult to make that transition from playing rugby to another career. You've got to make a distinct choice to stop, and you've got to then move into something else. So I think most professional players will play for as long as they're loving the game, as long as they've got a contract, and that will eventually finish probably in the early 30s. But they do need to be thinking about their career well before that.
One final question, a quick one. You got married, you've had 3 kids, so they are tremendously exciting moments in your life. But outside of those things, was that the most exciting day in your life?
Yeah, I mean, obviously your personal life, your private life are the high points, for me anyway. But outside of that, it was no doubt. Winning the World Cup final, being a world champion, leading that magnificent team on that day here in Auckland, that's the pinnacle.
David Kirk, thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome.
24 years on, 1987 captain David Kirk.